This is Pro Series Off Topic.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Pro Series Off Topic. This is episode 12, and we are going to talk about what happened this week in the social media world. As if you weren't living in a box, Meta released their new competitor to Twitter called Threads. It came out, I believe it was supposed to come out July 6th, but it came out the day early, I believe. I joined pretty much right away. I was a little bit hesitant, but I heard good reviews on it, and I also wanted to see what it was going to be like as soon as it came out. Because as you know, back in the day, Instagram was awesome. It kind of, as time goes on, stuff changes. So I wanted to see what it was like in the beginning, and then, see what it would be like from a year from now. But it's just another platform you have to update, which kind of sucks, but in a world of social media marketing and everything, you're almost kind of forced to kind of adapt with the times and change with the times. And I'll often talk about and get questions from people who are confused on what platforms are best for them. Because, a lot of people are controlling their social media themselves until they get somebody to work for them, like a social media marketer or manager. And you really need to think about what your profession is. If you're an interior designer or a real estate agent, for example, is Twitter or Threads type of platform good for you? And I think it is, but I wouldn't put it at the top of the list. I think Facebook and Instagram would be the top, with Instagram being number one. You need to dive in and think about your profession. Like if we talk about interior design, it's a very visual profession. You need to be in a platform that supports that. You need to show off your product. You need to show off your design. So Instagram, being it's completely all visual, is great for that. A competitor could be TikTok, but TikTok isn't gonna. It's not gonna be. I don't know how to explain it. It's probably more suited for a younger crowd, and you need to think about who your audience is, or who your customer base is, or who you're trying to get as a customer base, and if are they going to be on that platform. And I think as you get bigger and bigger, I think you should be on all platforms, no matter what. Even if you don't get much engagement, I'm pretty much on every platform. I try to post on every platform. Once I post on one, Instagram will always be my main platform, but I do post on everything. Sometimes I forget to post on LinkedIn and Twitter, which is bad, but it's sometimes just hard. There are those platforms that I've told you about before, like Constant Contact or Social Pilot, that will kind of post it all at once if you really desire to have all social media platforms, but it's not 100% necessary. You just think about your time, and a lot of people don't even have time to update their Instagram or their Facebook. So just think about that before you sign up for another social media platform and thinking that you're only going to be able to post every once in a while, because it's not good for your business. It's kind of like going to a website that hasn't been updated in years and is very outdated. Links don't work. You just don't want that. That shows kind of like you're neglecting your business and the growth of your business. Because, back in the day, people only looked at your website, and now it's become to the point where people go to your social media platforms. Because for a lot of businesses out there, it's easier to update your social media than it is through a website. And a lot of the times, a lot of millennials are searching for the companies before they hire a company through social media. I've had many people that, when I was a full-time designer, searched for my social media and looked through that before they even hired me. Because, that gives you a sense on who that person is. Lots of the time there's videos. It gives people the personality of who they're about to hire, which really helps. And, that could be great for you as well, because there's always those customers that you maybe not click with, and that might set the tone before they even reach out to you. They'll listen to you and they make maybe his personality will clash with mine. So I think it's a great idea. But So back to Threads. Threads is a Twitter-based thing, and if you don't know about Twitter, Twitter is basically just you tweet thoughts. You could put pictures and videos, but it's mostly about thoughts, and that's what Threads is. It was pretty awesome when the first night was released, just because there was no bots, there was no advertisements. That's in my opinion what ruined social media. It was very positive that first night. There was no negativity. It was crazy. It was just a free for all. It was kind of like what Twitter was back in the day when it was fun. People were just saying their random thoughts, and it was all positive. And then as time goes on, that's when marketing companies get on board and start having advertisement after advertisement. And I'm sure Threads is working that into their platform of having sponsored ads and everything. But obviously, the first day, no one's gonna pay to have advertisements on a platform that no one has joined yet. But that changed really quickly. I think it had 1 million within 24 hours. It's the fastest growing social media platform to date. It's insane. It's crazy to be a part of. And it's cool because when you sign up, it goes through your Instagram. So you're not having to create a full account. Like, it's already created for you if you have an Instagram account. You go log into your Instagram and it's there. It's the same username. You could follow all the same people, which is awesome. But now, I don't know if this goes to everybody's account, or maybe just because I have the blue check, but underneath my name on Instagram, it tells me the number of the number of the sign up. So what my number was in signing up, and mine's over 4 million, which is crazy because I thought pretty early on. But yeah, my overall opinion on it is so far so good. We'll see within the next couple months as people start advertising, and hackers get on there and bots get on there, and everything that ruins social media gets on there, and see how it goes. I didn't read up on it, but I saw that Twitter is sending. I don't know if they're sending a lawsuit to Threads or Meta, because it is kind of a copy, but all social media copies each other. They see what works for other people, and they kind of go in, and that's in the business world as well. You kind of adapt to it, but they did somewhat kind of copy them, but we'll see. And like always, if you have social media questions, always reach out to me. I did get a couple people after I kind of posted that I joined Threads and asked if it was worth it, and that's why I kind of wanted to come on here this week on the off topics and kind of talk about if it's worth it. So the key takeaway is just think about your profession and your priorities and your time. You don't want to, if you don't have time to just do one social media, you should not be on all 6 or 7 of social medias, because you're just going to water down your time, and you're not going to get the full engagement from your people if you're not putting the time in. So that's all about social media. To stay consistent, you have to be on there. You have to be interacting with any questions or comments or likes or anybody on there that's reaching out to you. And if you're neglecting that, that's ultimately going to hurt your business. I'd rather you not have social media than you neglect it. So take that into account when you are going in and thinking about signing up for a new social media platform. But let's end on with what we talk about every week is the country Mediabase chart. We got a new number 1 this week. Rose from number 4 last week and is number 1 now, and that is Old Dominion with Memory Lane. That is a song that I think I talked about it last week or the week before. I did not like the song at all when it came out, but it's been a song that's been on repeat on my phone for the past couple weeks. It's Old Dominion. So I'm a big Kenny fan, and Kenny always comes to Pittsburgh. Obviously, he didn't come this year, but Old Dominion has come multiple times. So every single time I hear his Matt Ramsey's voice. It just brings me back to summer and Kenny Chesney concerts, which is a good thing to have. But yeah, that song is number one this week, which it's been on repeat in my car. Number two, Luke Combs' Fast Car, that hasn't moved. That was number two last week. And again, Morgan Wallen is number three, hasn't moved. That's where it was last week, Last Night. And they just announced this week that Last Night is the biggest song of 2023, beating out Miley Cyrus's Flowers, which was a massive hit, which is crazy. Morgan Wallen still, like, I think, again, we don't go a week without talking about Morgan Wallen because he's just breaking record after record. Number one last week, Jordan Davis. Next Thing You Know is number four, and Jelly Roll Need a Favor is number five, which was five last week. That's going to be probably the next number one, given that Fast Car, Last Night, and Next Thing You Know have already been number ones. So look forward to that. And this week on the Pro Series main podcast, I have Yanni from Yanni Custom Furniture's over in Boardman, Ohio. I announced it this week on Wednesday or Thursday. I sat down with him early in June and talked about he has a really cool story about where he's from. You know, he was born in Ohio, but moved back to Greece with his family. That's where his parents are from. He still goes to Greece. I actually believe he's in Greece now. He does projects from all over the world. He does everything custom. All his materials are from Europe. They're great quality. His showroom's beautiful. That's actually where we shot the episode. So this is a great visual episode. If you want to go check that out, that will be on YouTube and Spotify for visual. On Tuesday, I believe I'm going to release it. And then it will be on audio on Apple Music, everywhere you listen to podcasts. And if you could like, subscribe, and review that podcast on wherever you listen to podcasts, that would be amazing. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know it was short and sweet, and it was not recorded this week. And there's not really much to talk about with new music. I mean, Jordan Davis came out with his Apple Sessions, and that's really about it. It's a very slow week in country music, new music. So we'll talk about it next week. Hopefully there's more to come out. But in the meantime, hope you have a great week and look forward to the Pro Series episode this week with Yanni from Yanni Custom Furnitures over there in Boardman, Ohio. Take care, and we'll talk next week.